Hello, welcome back. This is the second part of the homepage that we are designing using the bold builder. As you remember, we have created the hero image, the menu, some elements, and we have created the second path of the site. Now we want to add the third section of the homepage. Okay, we'll click on edit and go back. In here, now this will be, we're gonna add another section, and this time we're gonna go a bit faster because you've kind of grasped on how to build this and how to, do the sections, the rows and the columns. So now we're gonna go a little bit faster. This way, we can just try as hard as possible to shorten the videos as best as possible and to make it as clear as possible for you. So let's go. First, we click on here, create our section. In our section, we edit our section. And then in our section, we have medium. And then we have medium. And then we'll have no top and no. Then in the design, we will have it as light font dark. So this is the light white font and dark background. And then we have the image. So images is, again, as I said, you can go yourself and get any image if you want. Just make sure the image is a good quality and it's nice and big, or just ask for the images and all the files from me and I'll give it to you. So this is the images. This is the image that I'm going to use. Again, if you noticed, I'm using this as a background. So I've used an image size that is 1920 with full width by 700. This way it can cover the background in full. So select that. When I select that, and then I will say the overlay. This time I want to use an overlay. So let's say dark solid on it. Okay. Then we'll go on video. We don't want anything video responsive, and submit. So now we've created our section, and our section will be a background. Okay, the row, we want to actually the row. If you remember, I recommended that we try our best and leave the row as it is. Now we'll go on column. Now we'll set our column. Remember, we said we try and center everything on the columns if possible. We change that to fade in. I'm going a bit faster, as you noticed. In here we say design and we have it default, and submit. Now we've created our column. Now I'm gonna go a bit slower now so I can explain what I'm trying to do. I've created a section. I've put a background there, so that means that there is a background image. So whatever now we are adding is gonna come on top of that background. So now what I'll do is I will add an element, and I want to add a separator so that we can have a bit of padding between the top. So I'll say a separator, and then I'll click on the separator, and then I'll say no spacing. I want the spacing to be normal, and thank you. And then when that's done, I want to add another header as you did before. So I will actually stop here for a second. So let me give an assignment. So the assignment for you is below here, add a header line and a separator below each other. The content, use a header line content and a headline content, and then make the size to be extra large, and then save it, see how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to do the same as I said. I said let's add a new header line. So I'll go and get headline, and then I said have a headline, which I put a content here, and I said have a subheadline, put a content there, and I said again have extra large on the size. Okay, and I'm going to change it to header 2. Okay, and I'll leave it in header. Now I'll leave that, and then I'll leave it the same font, the same, and then I'll press submit. Okay, and I told you as well, add a a separator. If you remember what we did with the copy and paste, so I'll use that as copy and then I'll paste. And then I'll drag this up a little bit. You can see when it's there, okay? And then I'll edit the separator because I want this separator to be a medium. And then I'll say submit. So now that we have done this, I'll update. And then what I'll do, I will view it before we add more stuff onto it. So I'll view it, okay? Cool. Yes. See? We've achieved the first section. Now we go back. Now we want to add another row. Remember what we did. We want to add another row. Copy, paste. Now delete everything inside. And now that you delete everything, delete the column as well. You've got an empty row, okay? Now let's divide this row to 4. This is if you want to do this yourself to see if you can divide this into 4. Why don't you pause this and try? Okay, to do it. Okay, so we're here, so we are going to click on the plus, remember, and then we're gonna divide it into 4. So we can click on this. Also, what we can do we can actually put it here accordingly to where we want it as well. We can do it this way as well if we want to do it ourselves. It will be the same. Or you can just click on it and it can do it for you quicker. So do that and it creates it for me. Now that it creates it, remember what I did last time. I am going to create my columns. I'm going to set up my columns properly to the way I want it. This first one, I'll leave it left, top, and I'll say animation in, and I'll say normal pattern. Okay. The second one, I will say left, top, fade in as well, and normal pattern. And this one, no top, left, top, fade in, and normal pattern. And then the same thing, left, top, fade in, and normal pattern. Now that we've set our columns, now we can add more things towards it. There's a very nice feature that I remember Bold editor has, or Bold builder has. It's called a counter. So it literally counts automatically from 0 to whatever number you've set it to. So why don't we add a counter element? So if we say counter, so it has a countdown. This is a countdown. So we're looking for a counter animation one. We click on the first one. And then when we click on the first one, now we have a few options to do. So I'm just going to filter. I'm going to look for a prop. I'm just thinking, what are my propeller? Probably. So if we search for propeller, yeah. Propeller 1, yeah. Let's use that one. And we want it to count up to 80. And this will be probably satisfied customers. Okay. And we want the size to be normal. Save that. Then we come here, add a new one, another counter, okay, and then in here we will look for an icon. So we say antenna. Yeah, actually that's the only antenna available, so we use that one, and we say 65 here, and it's the projects that are done. Actually, this is not the projects that I've done. I've done over 200 projects myself, but as for the purpose of the project, I'll just leave it at 65. Okay, and I'll say submit. Then I'll come to the next one. In here, I'll add another one. I'll call it a counter. Okay, select. Okay, now we'll look for a battery. Sorry, I'll look for a battery. And in here, we look for maybe that's nice. Yeah, let's use that one. And in here, we say 25, and we say flight time. So that's the flight of the drone time, okay, for 25. Save that. And then the last but not the least, we add another counter. In here, we are going to look for a photograph, and it's going to be that one, looks nicer. And in here, we'll say you can have up to 2160 maybe, and it's a 4K resolution probably, and we say normal again. So now that we've done this, now we come back here. Remember, I always like to have the spaces around the site. So I'm going to add a separator. And in the separator, I am going to now set this as normal. Sorry, set this as no spacing, normal, and none. Yep, that's right. So normal and none. And then I'm going to copy, paste, copy, paste. So I'll bring that one here, that one here, copy, paste, that one here. Okay, so now that we have this and everything seems to be okay, we're going to save this and we're going to see how it looks on the front end. I hope everything that I'm saying is clear and you're not having any issues. But if you are having any issues, please do contact me and I'm here to help. Yes, so we have got our counters and our icons all in place, and I personally think they look amazing. Okay, again, if you need these images and content, you can either copy it or you can just drop me a comment for me to send you this myself. In the next video, we will carry on to do the section 4 of the homepage.